Hey guys, Banana Luck here. Welcome back to another Watcher of Realms video. We have the weekend quickly approaching, and I realized that Leikan is actually dropping on Friday instead of the usual Saturday Ancient Summons. So I've actually shifted my summoning party. I have two sign-ups so far, and one of them is a big one with over 300 Ancients. So instead of doing it at Saturday reset, we're gonna do it on Friday, about 5 hours after reset. So that's gonna be 9 p.m. Singapore time if you're a local viewer. Otherwise, you can check out my Discord. I have the time localized to your time zone in my post there. So check it out if you're interested in letting me do your summons. You can sign up with the form. It's gonna be in the video description as well as in the comment section below. So let's talk about Leikan today because in my last video, which thank you for the support, I've gotten tons of views on that video. Hopefully it has been helpful, but let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is Leikan. So we've talked about the Lord that you should pair him with, but we haven't talked about Leikan much. I actually did a very extensive video where we showcase him in Malrix, Arena, as well as Matrix, where of course in the very last content Matrix, he does amazingly well there. It is a very solid AoE physical damage option to have. What are my gripes with him? It's first of all, he's in the Arbiter faction. So you can't use him with the Arbiters in Matrix just for the fact that this guy is one of the only units that does AoE physical damage. And then we have the Nightmare faction, also a very awkward faction at the moment. You have Van Helsing, you have Leikan and Ryga, but that's pretty much it. We don't have a fourth unit to complete the Nightmare team. So what I'm left to guess when discussing this with other Discord friends is that maybe this is setting up for something else. Perhaps we could get a Cerberus version in an Arbiter version of Cerberus where they are deploying where despawning the unit actually gives you some sort of benefit, be it AoE damage or something like Cerberus, so that Leikan can actually benefit from his Stormshock passive. Because other than that, it's really hard to find a unit that can actually be despawned and still do equally well. The only way that we could have found this to be useful was that very weird strategy with Venoma and Nurture, where you get 3 constant Nurture ultimates in a row. Or there is also another one which I'll showcase again, probably closer to Leikan's release, which is going to be having units that can move away to proc the Stormshock bonus. But all in all, at the current state where the game is at right now, it's really tough to see a place where, this Stormshock can be used to great effectiveness. And the other big thing is that he can only move to ground tiles. You can't actually move him to a platform tile at all, and that limits the things that you can despawn. So in the current Malric trials, there could be potential. So one thing that I was discussing with some of my Discord mates was that maybe you can use him to, tackle the boss section in Malrix, where, sometimes you have to despawn units in lane 3 and lane 4 to be respawned in lane 2 and 3 instead. And the only way to do that effectively is to have Leikan, because he can despawn them and they can pop right back out with a much shorter respawn time. But that's the problem. It's only limited to ground units. So if your single target damage unit is someone that's platform, then this is going to be a miss there. So beyond that though, this guy does a lot of damage. Lethal Judgment is a very big hit from him. He also gives Radiant Erosion, and the one unit that I can think of that pairs very well with the Radiant Erosion is Valara, because with Valara's A1 you ignore 25% of magic resistance with all her damage, as long as the units have Radiant Erosion inflicted on them. But the other thing to take note is as well that this guy does 30% less damage to all airborne units. So not too sure what that is for. I'm hoping that Matrix spawns are not considered airborne units. But that's basically some of the downsides. And then last but not least, Lethal Judgment does do execution, and that's very important in areas like Arena, where you want to one-shot certain waves. The execution definitely comes in handy, as well as in Matrix. And he also gets quite a bit of rage regen, so there's quite a bit of good sustainability there. Even if you don't use him with an Earlist or Eloin, he is going to be pretty much going to be able to sustain his ultimates with this rage upon kill, because you have to bear in mind that this doesn't have any cooldown as well. So if Lethal Judgment kills multiple enemies at the same time, he's going to get quite a bit of rage back. And then his ultimate, obviously, it's the redeployment that works wonders, but at this very moment, it's just hard to see where that could come in handy. But bear in mind that Lethal Judgment is a big part of his kit, and the ultimate also helps to improve that by reducing the cooldown down to 2 seconds for every basic attack. 3 seconds for every basic attack, and it can also trigger for 1 additional time. Now, his awakenings. I would say that A1 is big in the sense that it is making him a lot more usable when the redeployment tactics ever come into play, because it gives him 2 times to do that with reduced deployment time, and it also reduces the redeployment time even further compared to what his base ultimate does. And in A3, that's extra 5 seconds of 25% extra damage to both himself and the allies when they move in and out of the range. And then after that, A5 is the extra damage on Lethal Judgment, and then execution threshold increased to 20%. So my conclusion is that Leikan is going to be a solid AoE damage option. My gripe with him is that to actually maximize your usage of him, you need to be able to despawn someone. And right now, I don't see anyone that you can despawn effectively. And in the sense that there's no one that I can despawn that would do more damage after they despawn. Because Cerberus is one of the few options. And then you have Xena, where if you respawn them, they do a lot. They continue doing a crap ton of damage. But Xena is not Inferno, so it doesn't pair well with Leikan in the moment. So that's the big problem that I have there. But this guy is still a very solid AoE physical damage option. He can even be helpful in Gear Rate 1 because of the execute that he provides, kind of similar to what Nurture is at the moment. But the difference between this guy and Nurture is that he has no control in his kit, he has no stuns, no slow, and he does 30% less damage to units that are airborne. But the difference is that this guy can move around, he can despawn units, but is that going to be helpful? At this very moment, the answer is going to be no. So yeah, that's Leikan. Whether you should summon, I think you should focus more on the Lord pick here. If you're close to PD and you already have Valara and there's a lot that you really need, I think it's an alright option for you to go towards. Now, before we end off the video, I do want to do a giveaway. So I am very, very close to 3,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has been here from the start, as well as all the extra subscribers that I've been getting over the last 2 weeks since this Dracula Collab event went on. I think I've gained about 500 subscribers in just the last 2 weeks or so. So big thank you to everyone who has been a part of that. So to sort of celebrate that moment, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. And in view of the fact that it's 3,000 subscribers, the giveaway is going to be to 3 lucky participants. So all you have to do is to just leave a comment in this video below with your user ID as well as your server ID. So in case you guys didn't know how to find that, your user ID is the numbers over here, and then the server ID is the one in the brackets here. So what will the giveaway be for? Before we get into that, quick plug here. So SmileOne is having some Black Friday deals. 27 November, which is going to be Thursday, tomorrow's reset, all the way to December 1st. So there's going to be a couple of bundles here, and why I want to talk about this is because the giveaway is going to be consisting of some of these packs here. So in this first picture, we have the Ancient pack, which I think is probably the best one we've had so far compared to what's in the game. I'm not saying that these packs are worth your money. I'm just saying that they are better than what we usually have. So on top of the 30 Ancients, you get the 4 Divines. So I think this is a must buy if you are a whale, you're a spender, and you want to start collecting Ancients for the next big lot. Now, we also have a couple of deals here in the second page here. And the giveaway is going to be for the Black Friday bonus bundle, which is on the top left-hand corner, and the privilege card discount bundle. So 2 of this to 3 lucky participants. All you have to do is to just leave a comment below. Let me know what you have enjoyed so far about my content, anything you'd like to see more of. But even if you don't want to do any of that, you can just leave your player ID as well as your user ID, which you can find in your profile here. So just comment that, and on Sunday at reset, I will pick up the comments here, and then we'll do a giveaway with that. And yeah, good luck to anyone who's participating, and hopefully this pushes me to the 3,000 subscribers as well. There's no way for me to do a giveaway based on whether you're subscribed or not. So yeah, subscribe if you like, but if not, that's fine as well. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. I wish you all the best if you are summoning this weekend. It looks like we have another really juicy spiritual altar coming up. It should be similar to the one we had in the first week, because you can see 3 Ancients here. We also get a couple of Ancients from this Black Friday event as well. So they've been really generous. Kudos to them for that. And hopefully we'll have more of such events in the future, especially for Christmas. But that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. If you're interested in the pool party, sign up with the link below. Goodbye.